Hey, it's Sam and Rev from What Yacht to Do.
And we are continuing our journey around America's Great Loop aboard the Here's to Us.
And today we're taking you from Southport, North Carolina, a distance of about 42 miles north of that, up to Hampstead, North Carolina, a little place called Harbour Village Marina.
It was a really crazy day.
And yeah, it was crazy. And we had a couple bridges that we had the time to get through. So let's see how crazy it is. Well, we were bow in at Southport and behind another boat, so what I had to do is maneuver the boat here, and what you're seeing is we're now straightened out coming out of here, and I have a boat on my starboard side. We're looking out the back of the boat here, obviously, and then coming around, there's a little bit of a current going on, and it was about this time I asked Rev, did you remember to turn in the bathroom keys?
Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah.
And so we go like, well, we are not going back. And so we just decided we will mail the bathroom keys back to the marina.
Yeah, that was a tricky spot to get out of. This is a ferry stop, I believe. We saw these giant ferries going back and forth to... it was called Bald Head Island. Mm-hmm. Who do you think named that?
I don't know.
Anyway, thought that was a funny name for an island. But this is where the ferries would stop, pick up people. Tourists, take them back over there.
It's kind of industrial, though, but I guess it's a long walk out there and a dredge.
Yeah, so many dredging operations we have seen along the Great Loop. This one's different, too.
It looks painstakingly slow to get whatever they're getting out of there. I mean, it just looks like that's just like a teaspoonful of stuff. And they'll be all day there doing whatever they're doing. So
one scoop at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it, so we're just kind of slowing down and enjoying it.
Yeah, I think so too. We're going to pull it back when we rush down there. Had a lot of traffic here.
Yeah, we were concerned that it was going to stack up like that, with a lot of boats, and, it's a touristy area.
We had tried to raise this sailboat on a number of different channels and didn't, and we wanted to pass. So what you heard there was a 2 whistle, and that means we're going to pass them on the side that we're passing on, basically our starboard and their port, and they heard the 2 whistles, came out, and I think they at that point maneuvered. And what you heard before that was John and I talking on the radio about the timed bridge at Wrightsville Beach, which is mile marker 283. It became apparent that we were going to have to go way too fast to make that opening, and it's just the conditions are not good enough for big boats to be going fast. Even though you see little boats here, as the strange thing here is that we're passing this sailboat, and here is a guy to try to pass me while another boat is coming along. So that's how interesting it can get on the intracoastal waterway. You just have to be aware of what's going on.
It's a really crazy day. The traffic started increasing, and it's just the longer we stayed out there, the more boats that came up. Not just boats, but jet skis also.
And also, when we're passing that sailboat, we're trying to give them a relatively slow pass. We don't want to wake that sailboat, so we're trying to be considerate of the sailboat as well.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job with that.
Yeah. Hey, welcome aboard What Yacht to Do, aboard the Here's to Us. We're going from Southport Marina, where we spent a great night with our harbor host there, Robert and Kay, and had wine on the porch. And we're heading up to Harbour Village Marina up in Hampstead. Right now we are going through the Snow's Cut, and we're enjoying plenty of water. You know, we're near high tide or getting near high tide. We're going through the Carolina Beach Bridge. That's at mile marker 295.5, and we'll be joining the Cape Fear River going northbound to about mile marker 267. So we got about 28 miles or so to go, and we have a timed point that we're trying to make is a bridge at Wrightsville, and we just calculated that we're not going to make the 12 o'clock opening. So we've kind of slowed it way back, because as we go through this area too, there is a lot of traffic. It is a Friday, and it's getting to be crazy time on the Intracoastal Waterway. There's people going through, and if you just saw that right there, kind of go right through the bridge with a bunch of wake real close to our boat. We just had one back there, a sailboat that didn't answer. We had to pass them with 2 whistles. They finally came out. I guess they were on autopilot when they heard the horns. They came out, looked up. So don't know what was going on there. And then as we were passing them, another boat decided to pass us, and another boat coming that way. So it is a head on a swivel day. It's a Friday. And so we're just going to slow her on down and watch out and enjoy what we can, and not get too ticked off at some of the crazy boaters out there. Realize that they are out having a good time and may not know all the rules, so we'll just kind of watch out for them.
So of course, got some shots of the homes and businesses along the way. Scenery on the ICW is always interesting, and this is no exception. Beautiful day, in spite of having to pay close attention to all the traffic that's out there. And come up to this beautiful beach. There's a lot of people out there. There's some boats in the area, but it is really, really beautiful. The water has started to change from a brown to a beautiful blue-green. It's really, really, I love this part.
Yeah, and so there's a way to get out to the Atlantic Ocean at this point. And a lot of people say, hey, why don't you go on the outside? Well, you can, but there's different classes of inlets, and I don't know exactly what this was, but you can go on Coastal Pilot, which is maintained by the Coast Guard online, and read about all these different inlets. Some of them really require local knowledge to be navigated safely. So by the time you get through that and get out and then run the boat, you really don't know what the conditions are going to be. So we just elect to stay on the inside going through here, because the scenery is a lot better. And
that water looks a little fierce out there.
Yeah.
But so we did stick to the inside.
Yeah, because you never know.
What?
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen out there.
That's
like Captain
right.
Ron says.
That's right. And yeah.
If it's going to happen, it'd be better to happen on the inside where you can get some help.
Yeah, definitely. So you can see what a beautiful day it is, and just trucking along here. Looks like some white sand dunes over there on the right-hand side, and the scenery. There's a lot of greenery and trees.
Yeah, here comes another fast boat.
Yes, yeah. Of course. And wait,
yeah.
Here comes another one.
Yeah.
So I think they like our wake.
Well, it's great to see people out having a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Summertime, so.
Social distancing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is, Wrightsville Beach Bridge at mile marker 283, and that's the road that goes over that is Route 74 for anybody local in that area. But you can see people were kind of stacked up. Little boats will tend to try to, get through there even as the bridge is opening, which is, I think, really kind of a no-no, because they don't really want you down there. If things fall off the bridge, there might be some things on there, so really need to wait until that is open. sailboat going through, and then boats really just trying to maneuver. You can see southbound boats coming as well. So at this point, we're just taking it slow and cautious, and also looking out to the side for anybody who might be coming out from one of those marinas on the side there, thinking, oh, the bridge is opening, we're going to hurry to get out there. We'll just get in front of this big boat, so we're a little boat. But for the most part, it was pretty...
That sounds safe.
Yeah, it was pretty orderly going through here.
Yeah. We were right behind that pontoon.
Yeah. And that is short vacation up there, isn't it?
Uh-huh, it is.
Ahead of us, yeah.
Oh. Was it hard to go slow behind that pontoon boat?
No, we were just doing about, 4 to 5 miles per hour. And people ask me sometimes, why do you run the boat in miles per hour versus knots, because boats are supposed to be in knots, and that's because the mile markers along the intracoastal waterways and the rivers are made in statute miles. So it's better to run your system in miles per hour. The software can switch you over to knots if you want to know that, but miles per hour on the rivers is a lot easier to interpret.
Smart. I like the way that bridge looks.
Yeah.
Underneath it. Thankful that all that stuff is working.
Yeah.
And not falling down on
us. And
us.
it stays up. I guess another good reason to make sure it's all the way up before you go through.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is when we've already been through, and obviously it looks like those boats are going under there when it's moving, but they take their life in their hands.
Yeah.
But anyway, it really was a beautiful bridge.
Yeah. And at this point, we arranged with Short Vacation to give them a pass and try to do a slow pass with them. But you can see boaters out there are causing wakes and everything. It's not a big deal. And we're just going to run a little bit faster to run the engines out because we've been going at idle for a long time. That looks tight. It's been a while since it's been this freaking tight, hasn't it?
Yes, but we'll make it. There's plenty of room, I can tell already, after sitting up here for a while. Did you hear something? Well, I thought something on our boat hit the top of that bridge, but it was just a car going over, and I was really glad that that's what it was.
So we thought that we were going to go into the Harbour Village Marina first, and then the dockmaster said no, they really wanted Short Vacation in there. So we went out here and maneuvered a little bit, let Short Vacation go in first, and then we went in and did a stern in. We were stern to stern with Short Vacation. Yeah,
it was a pretty narrow channel getting in there. As we got closer to dock, and they put us on the fuel dock for the evening, the guy at the dock was going, throw me your line, throw me your line. And I knew we weren't close enough, but he was so persistent, he kept yelling. So, of course, against my better judgment, I threw him the line, and the entire line went into the water.
Yeah.
And so I was mad at myself because I knew better. I'd never done that before. But anyway, that was a good lesson for me. This particular marina, there isn't a town that you can walk to go to restaurants or anything like that. So we just ate dinner on the boat, and then we had a quick night's sleep, and we decided to leave before the sun came up the next morning. Well, thanks for coming along with us on our journey from Southport, North Carolina over to Hampstead.
Yeah, and it was a crazy day, so it's one of those days where you have to remember to keep your head on that swivel.
If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe and the bell below.
And if you have questions, put them in the comment section as always, or you can email us at crew@whatyacht2do. See you next time aboard the Here's to Us.